Hello and welcome to our first video on QGIS. This is part of an introductory guide to just getting the basics of QGIS and drawing polygons. It's something that we use quite often throughout our work. So I'm just going to go through the very basics in this short video. We've got a QGIS open here, and what we want to do is first of all get a project going. So we want to click New Empty Project here. And we want to get some kind of map that we can use to reference what we're drawing on. So the way to do that is you can get a plugin. You can install a plugin called Quick Map Services, which I've got downloaded and available here. And that basically gives you a bunch of mapping options for your project. And I'm going to go just with a Google Maps here. It's something that everyone's familiar with. It's just a Google satellite mapping. And we've got our mapping here. You can see it's the whole planet, and we've got different zoom levels. So that's more or less QGIS all set up. So the next thing to look at is how we're going to draw and what we're going to make. So that's next. Okay, so we're just going to draw a layer here now, and the layer, basically the process for drawing a layer is quite simple. Creating a layer itself, you've got two options. You can create a layer inside the project, which is temporary and stored only as part of the project, or you can go straight into a saved file somewhere on your device or in the cloud, and then you can just edit that out of that directly. So we're going to do the first method here. We're going to create a temporary layer inside QGIS. So we've got our mapping here, and just for argument's sake, we're going to just draw a little bit of central Nottingham because we've got a project here. It's a little residential estate, so we're just going to pick the park. First thing I want to do is go on layer here up on the options, and I want to create a layer, and we can export this directly and save it without adding the polygon, and then draw the polygon and kind of save it on the fly. But what we're going to do here is create something called a temporary scratch layer, which will just sit in the project, and basically we will then export that. So basically I've created my layer here. You go on layer for that, and then you go on create layer, temporary scratch layer, and you've got a few settings to pick. We'll explain these a little bit later, and then you have your layer. So we've got the layer here now, but there's nothing in it. So the next step is to draw something, put something in this layer. Okay, so we're drawing the layer now, and it's pretty simple actually. So when you go on editing here, so we've got the layer here, we're just going to turn on editing, and what we want to do is go on to this function here, which is add polygon feature, because we're drawing a polygon for the layer to go into the layer. So we're just going to pick basically about half of this estate. This is a fairly large kind of site, but basically we're just going to draw this just to cover all of these houses. And you can see here that's created that layer. So what I've done is clicked around with my left mouse and then right click to close the polygon, and basically that's it. So that's the area that we want, and we just want to make it a little bit nicer to look at. So we're going to click on our layer styling, and we're going to bring up a couple of color options. We're just going to set it to be a little bit transparent so you can see what's going on underneath. And we're going to just make the coloring a little bit easier on the eye. And the way we usually do that at Apogee is we normally make it blue, and then we give it a red outline for contrast. So I'm just doing that here, and then I'm giving the red outline a little bit of thickness. And we'll probably just make this a little bit more transparent as well. So that's it. So we've created a layer there and we've styled it. So all we need to do now is export it. So we're here with our drawn shape, our polygon, but because we've created it as a temporary polygon, which you can see here, this is a little image here. So contents will be discarded after closing the project. We don't want to do that. We've drawn it. We want to keep it, and we want to use it, send it to other people as part of what we're doing. So in order to do that, we're going to have to select the layer and just get rid of editing because we're happy with the edits. And then we want to export this with this polygon. So we're going to go down on, we're going to select the layer, we're going to go to export, and we're going to go on save features as. Now we're going to do a little bit more detail on this in a slightly longer video, but this is literally the basics of drawing. So we're going to pick Esri shapefile because it's one of the more functional formats, and we're going to set the CRS to British National Grid because it's in the UK, and we're basically just going to then select where to put it. And I'm just going to name this one Test Nottingham site. So we're going to press OK. We've given the file a name. We've specified what format it's going to be saved in. So we're going to press OK. And it's just going to give us a warning on the format here. You can ignore this, just press OK. And you can see it's created as a new polygon. So this one here, the green one, is the one that's been saved. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the style that we applied because we made it blue and transparent. We're going to copy that style and we're going to apply it to the new shapefile, and then we're going to delete the old one. So now we've got our shapefile in there, and this one isn't a temporary one, so this is now actually usable. I can take this, go into where I've saved it, and I can send it to other people. If I wanted to specify to somebody where I wanted to develop, or if I wanted to share, make a map for someone and share that, I would send them this. So that's more or less it. We've drawn a shapefile, we've styled it, and we've exported it from QGIS. So that's how to draw a shapefile. We use these for a variety of things. We need them as well from clients when we get instructions for consultancy or search work. We obviously need to know where they want to be carrying out works, and these shapefiles are really good because what they do is they visually give you a reference as to what's going on. They actually show you where people want to do the work. So it goes really well with an address, and that's it. So thank you very much for watching. This is obviously the first. We're going to do more of these videos about a variety of topics, but it's just a basic one on drawing a shapefile. So thank you very much.